So with the transistors, you think about it like a light switch, right? It's just on or off. And I'm happy, in the ideal world, my light bulb always works just as I want it to, and I can turn it on, I can turn it off, and it's deterministic. It does exactly what I expect it to. In the case of quantum computing, I like the analogy of thinking about it kind of like a dimmer switch. And quantum mechanics is a little weird, so I'm going to add a little bit of extra layers to this. So what I'm trying to depict here is actually more like I have a 5-year-old daughter, right? And I put my 5-year-old daughter in her room, and I close the door, right? I can't see what she's doing in there, but I can tell her what to do. If she does it, I don't know until I open the door, right? I hope she does what I say that she's going to do. She's 5, so, not always exactly what I might expect. But I can give her instructions. I can tell her what to do with this dimmer switch that she has. And I can give her an instruction like this. So with the qubit, I say, that's ket 1, turn the light on, it's fully on. Okay? I can give her the instruction to turn it off, it's fully off. Again, I don't know until I enter the room actually what the state is. And because quantum computing is probabilistic, I really have to kind of enter the room many times to get confidence in the state of where it's at. And maybe this will make it a little bit more clear. Remember in that circuit that I showed you earlier, there's this H gate. This is just one of the many operations, but this H gate in particular will put my quantum state in this halfway point, right, where it's kind of 50% on, 50% off, right? What that translates to probabilistically is if I am outside of the room and I open the door 100 times. 50 times it's going to be maybe my daughter gets startled and flips it on. 50 times maybe she gets startled and flips it off, right? There's some probability of the different states that it's going to be in, and this is that perfect superposition where half the time I can expect it to be one way, half the time I can expect it to be the other way. There are also additional degrees of freedom here, though. Because I can rotate around this axis, I have the control over what's called the phase of the qubits. It's an additional degree of freedom. It actually has nothing to do with color. I just use this as an analogy to give you some sense because the color here, or the phase here, doesn't change the likelihood that that vector, that state is going to flip to 0 or 1. It has no effect on that. It just alters this 1 degree of freedom. But that shows you we have this additional degree, this other dimension where we get to kind of encode some data, some information.